You know, you can't tell it by Joe's demeanor, but talking to him before the game, you know he's ready for this, and there's not too many people that can check him one-on-one. Interested in seeing how the Atlanta Hawks handle Joe Johnson defensively.
And this is where Atlanta's scorer fires moving. On the move, which you rarely see. It's usually a catch and shoot.
Such a great point, Marv. That's what Kyle has been working on, catching the ball, getting those extra 2 dribbles, catching the defense off guard. They just think he's just going to rise, catch, and shoot without that dribble.
So he opens up by hitting a 3.
He's the longest short guy I've ever seen in my life, and he uses his quickness very well, and you love that this team actually ups the pace when he comes in the game.
Johnson off the dribble, he's double teamed, gives it to Clark, the shot is blocked by Horford. Nets have it with 5 on the 24.
So much made of this Atlanta Hawks offense. Their secret is that they have 2 big guys in Horford and Millsap that can get out, play the pick and roll, contest jump shots, and knock a few in the stands just like that.
Defense. And you see the ball movement of the Hawks. So impressive. Jack trying to use the pick, but Schroeder stayed with him and poked it away. Off the steal. Here comes Schroeder. How about the Hawks off turnovers? 11-zip. 3 right back. 7 points for Teague. Thaddeus Young goes 6'8", about 220. His dad played at Jacksonville University back in the 70s and actually was an 8th-round pick of the old Buffalo Braves. There's Darren Williams on the reverse.
You just love seeing the body language of him. Even if he makes it or miss it, you just want to see him play with a little bit of passion and be aggressive, take some risk.
Horford off the fake. Korver for 3. Back come the net. 3. Rebound Horford. Swings it out. Teague for Korver. Beautiful play. Setting it up for Cal. He had the 3. Passed on it. Saw the open man.
And Marv, he passed on ego because he's not going to miss 2 in a row. At least that's what he tells himself. And so while he's in the middle of that jump shot, just great unselfishness.
Hawks by 10. March the 27th. That also has a lot to do with the fact that the Eastern Conference is so weak.
Way to be honest, Marv.
But
thank you.
March the 27th, that's unbelievable. That counts as a foul. So Darren Williams will head to the line. The foul on Teague, his 3rd.
You know, Marv, when we call for a guy to be aggressive, the underlying theme behind that is, even if you miss the layups, even if no one sees your actions, you still have to do it. And for D. Williams, they have to get back to themselves, as you see D. Will miss a nice little jump shot.
Mike Budenholzer staying with his starting lineup. Millsap splits his way through and scores. Paul Millsap on the drive. The Hawks lead at 59-54.
The help defense has to be on the nail right there. There's no way you can allow a 4-man to drive when you have 2 guards at the free throw line who are supposed to be the help for the big fella.
First points for the Hawks in the shade over 4 minutes by Lopez.
Such a wonderful little cat and mouse game going on right now with the Hawks and the Nets at the top of the pick and roll. When Teague gets it, he is trying to go at Lopez every time as he gets a steal.
Teague with that strip. Here's Carroll for 3. Yes. DeMarre Carroll with his 2nd from downtown. The Hawks lead by 8. So Horford walks it up. Horford kicks it out. Korver, yes. That's his 3rd 3 of 6 from beyond that three-point line, and the Nets will talk. 8 unanswered by Atlanta. The Hawks settling down, lead by 11. With the rebound. Johnson now 4 for 11 from the field.
2 minutes. You want the Nets to push it. They only have 4 fast break points as opposed to 13 by the Atlanta Hawks. Need to increase the pace.
Bazemore for Ontic on the hop. Horford with the bucket. Beautiful pass from Carl Ontic. Second-year player out of the Republic of Macedonia. Spent a lot of time in the Greek League in Russia. This is second season in the NBA. Korver is off on a three-point attempt. A fellow by the name of Steve Kerr, although Steve did it as more of a spot player. Kiki Vanderway, Steve Nash, Jason Capono all came close. It means 50% from the field, 50 from three-point land, and at least 90 on free throws. Bazemore with the steal, leading to this. Dennis Schroeder with the bucket.
Coach Hollins is yelling at his team, drive the ball, drive the ball. This is not a jump shooting team. I don't know why guys think all of a sudden out of nowhere you're going to be able to shoot. If you're not Joe Johnson or others, you won't be able to. You need to get to the bucket to get some. You know, bad shots are like turnovers.
Oh, the spin and the bucket. What a beautiful move by Mike Scott. Here's Horford making his way back to the court. And a timeout is taken by Johnson with the floater. Joe Johnson. We talked about it earlier. Left Atlanta as a free agent 3 seasons back. Says he feels no added pressure or incentive to beat the Hawks. Chris, I know you don't buy that, do you? As Carroll fires off career high is 23. Did it 5 years ago.
The Nets put Johnson at the point guard.
And here's a wide open Joe Johnson, and it's put back down. How about Thaddeus Young now with 13 points, 93-85 Hawks. Trying to take game 1 of this best of 7. Schroeder back on the floor.
In this Atlanta starting lineup. Our officials tonight, Mike Callahan, Michael Smith, and Zach Zarbo. This place is revved up and ready. They presented Mike Budenholzer with his Coach of the Year hardware just prior to the start as Jeff Teague gets the party started going glass. Went over. There had been talk that Millsap would not wear that padded compression sleeve as Teague buries the 3. Make it 3 straight buckets for Atlanta to start. 5-point.
Remember, that's what Atlanta does. They make shots and they get deflections and steals just like that one.
Inside, the lob to Millsap. And a nightmare start continues for the Brooklyn Nets. Lionel Hollins wants a timeout. Missed 1 game due to illness. And what turned out to be his 3rd All-Star season in the NBA. Here's Lopez underneath, off balance, and somehow gets it to drop.
For second shot opportunities.
Millsap missed 5 of the last 6 games of the regular season with that sprained shoulder. Turnover, here comes Young. Beautiful bounce pass ahead for Bogdanovic. Outlet pass stolen by Carroll. Korver wide open.
You can't make those kinds of mistakes. Hold the basketball or bring it up yourself. Don't make an outlet pass with a defender right in front of your teammate.
Mike, you
be careful that you don't let them get on one of those big runs and open the game up too much. Remember, first quarter of game 1, they had 32 points.
Anderson fouled on a 3, and he's headed to the free throw line. Boy, how desperately they need a big night from Alan Anderson. A chance at a 4-point play, and it couldn't. NBA team in his 10 years. Had that fantastic postseason run a couple of years ago with Golden State. Here comes Schroeder. Inside, blocked by Lopez, but Horford there to clean it up.
Horford does his job. When he sees Lopez,
Turns it over. So obviously an improvement so far. Here comes Schroeder. Off balance, magical finish, and a chance at a 3-point play.
Schroeder is one of the reasons why this team has improved this year. His ability to play under control. When T comes out, you don't lose a whole lot of speed and quickness with this guy on the floor. In transition, he's so
strong rebound, Lopez. Atlanta's shooting percentage down to 40%. Anderson from deep. Offensive rebound, Lopez powers it back in. And here comes Brooklyn within 2.
And that's
clean it up. Korver's tip no. And Jack out of the fray for Brooklyn. Anderson changed his mind. Inside, finding Plumlee. First lead for the Nets tonight. Back from 12 down.
that pass. Just
final buck 25 of the half. Korver changed his mind. Tough pass to T. Korver in the corner. Doesn't need much space. Buries a 3.
Remember, he led him in game number 1. At the end of game number 1, Kyle Korver, 21 points, 6 of 12 shooting. Right now, Korver with 11 points here.
Game 2, second half begins. This is Thaddeus Young, starts the second half. Bojan Bogdanovic started the game after coming off the bench in game 1. Young lobbing it up top to Lopez. And miss in a sea of defensive bodies. Had it stripped and stolen by Korver. Carroll up the floor. Carroll, by the way, has been awfully quiet tonight. The junkyard dog, as they nickname him. Paul Millsap on another 3. 13 for the All-Star forward. Millsap, team that finished 60-22, second best record in the NBA behind only Golden State. Record-setting season here. Most wins in franchise history. Lopez backing down against Horford, stumbling backwards, somehow able to bank it in.
We'll see what happens.
Schroeder, Millsap, Ontic, Carroll, and Bazemore. Ontic, pretty set up by Schroeder, and a foul.
It's just not a good foul that time by Plumlee. Okay, here's Ontic right here, and he's going to wind up getting to the front of the rim. Baseline guy never can.
Indiana's lost on the last night in Memphis. So Brooklyn in the postseason for a 3rd straight year. Shot clock down to 6. Bazemore kicks out Ontic around the horn. This is Scott from deep. That's good. Followed up by Lopez. Crowd wanted a goaltend. They don't get it. Schroeder nearly to steal. Jacko reset with under a minute left in the quarter. Lopez camped out inside, muscles his way to the easy deuce.
Concerned, but not a whole lot by the head coach. He said he'll be fine. He gets banged every once in a while.
Bogdanovic was whistled for his 3rd, and meantime, Dennis Schroeder.
Let's face it, this Portland team is a depleted Portland team, okay? Some huge losses due to injuries, so they're going to have their hands full right there when we see the reverse.
Back on his feet.
For Brooklyn, there'd be nothing better than to see Deron Williams hit one of those shots from the outside. Now, talk about outside shots. There's Millsap. Once again, he's been deflected or blocked from behind that last shot attempt.
Here comes T, drive and kick. Schroeder weaves his way in. So slippery. Korver, Millsap, and Ontic. Williams comes up with the steal. Ahead of the field, here comes Anderson, challenges Korver, lays it up and in, and the Nets are with it.
Plenty of time to get yourself back here and try to get yourself a win.
This is Williams in the corner. Johnson on a long 3. That's good. 19 for the night. As Carroll on his back. Jack on a 3. That's good. It's a 1-point game. Brooklyn has a foul to give. They're down to 1 timeout. Millsap inside, wide open. Carroll with his first points of the night. Williams, backdoor to Anderson for the reverse layup. 33 seconds left. Teague against Williams. Millsap down the paint, lefty floater, and he is fouled. Here's the All-Star Millsap, 9th-year veteran.
He misses this one. Don't give it back to him.
Millsap left it short. It's a 2-point game. What a moment here for the one-time Hawk. 12 to shoot. Johnson, double team out to Williams. One-shot dribble. In and out. Rebound, Korver. Nets have no choice but to foul as Darren Williams misses a wide-open look. 4-point game. Williams just 1 of 7 shooting tonight. Nets will not get the shot off. A whistle is blown. And Nets will do it. The Atlanta Hawks headed to Brooklyn up 2 games.
To take the play away. 1 minute remaining now in the 4th. Bad pass. And back come the Hawks.
That shot off the heel of the rim. Here comes Atlanta. This is Jeff Teague, the 60-year point guard, their all-star playmaker. Guarded at the start by Darren Williams. This is Horford. Still plenty of time to shoot. Teague blows right past Williams and goes high off glass.
That's one of the things.
Player he was a couple of years ago with all the injuries, the chronic ankle injuries he's had. As Lopez flicks it up, gets the friendly bounce, and he's headed to the free throw line with a chance at a 3-point play. Brooklyn.
With the back problem and the 5 problem, and that Jack was playing well.
Bogdanovich, nice kick. Williams wide open from deep, rattles it in. Williams during the regular season, 37% from downtown. Nice setup underneath. Carroll to Horford for the easy deuce.
Make them throw extra. You've got to come back and give them something from the perimeter.
Tough shot for Horford. High off glass, offensive rebound. Nice touch feed, Korver to Horford, who banks it in.
Oh, that was pretty. As soon as
Brooklyn 6 for 13 so far. This is Millsap. Inside, Carroll left open. 7 points
cuts
for Carroll. Quick timeout. This is Jack. Weaves inside, running back. Gets the friendly bounce. 8-point Nets lead.
Well, the crowd is loving the energy that the Nets are supplying, and Mike Budenholzer doesn't. Stuck that arm out, got a block shot.
This is Lopez against Scott. Pretty spin. You don't find many 7-footers that can make that play. Inside Bazemore like a lightning bolt. Pretty reverse finish.
How about that?
Hit 5 of their last 6. Williams. What a handle from the Nets point guard going right to this. Struggling at times in this series with a team that, for a lot of people was going to get swept, or supposedly was supposed to get swept in this first round, as Mike Scott answers out of the timeout and quickly cuts the deficit in half.
Bad decision that time by Jack. He left his feet, cost him a turnover.
Scott from 3. That's good. And Atlanta back from 8 down, take a 3-point lead.
5-point swing in the game. The 2 that Brooklyn should have gotten on that 2-on-1 fast break, and it winds up being a 3 at the other end. 5-point swing in the game. Atlanta up 46-43.
A 4-minute drought as Lopez tipped it in. Teague setting the table for Carroll, who's blocked by Lopez, but Carroll.
And the 1-on-1, it's tough to stop. They need the 2nd and 3rd white jersey to stop Teague's penetration.
This is Lopez, won't miss that shot. So Atlanta's hoping that it gets to a game 6 if they can win somehow here tonight. Here comes Williams down the paint. Lopez sticks it back. Lopez starting to rack up the points as Horford beats the Nets, napping in transition. So Atlanta looking to take a 3-1 series lead. Teague had it poked away, took a shot to the face. Young, touch feed, right side, Bogdanovich. Hard right-handed finish.
Certainly.
And these two teams continue to battle here in game 4. Korver, quick release. Got it. 3-pointer from Korver, his 3rd of the night. 13-4 favoring the Hawks. Here comes Teague, nifty handle, setting the table for Horford backdoor. To Johnson. Nets desperate for points. Williams underneath to Lopez for the two-handed flush.
Good look that time by Deron Williams. He felt the big man stepping up.
Hawks again out of fouls inbound. Here comes Anderson. Plenty of time. Anderson to the rim, and he is headed to the free throw line with a chance at a three-point play. Monstrous play by Anderson.
So the pressure defense by
That's Bogdanovich thought about it. The rookie gets it back. Here he comes. Kicks into the corner for Williams. Buries the three. Brooklyn within 5.
There's another example.
They are all tied at 85. Brooklyn in the fourth. 3 of 3 from deep. This is Korver speaking to the three ball. Kyle Korver.
And then Young as the center or whatever you want to call him. So they all got a rebound.
Williams right between two defenders. Cuts it to 1 point. 15 turnovers. Williams, the sleight of hand, buries the three. Deron Williams, turn of the club. Jack got a hand on it, comes up with the steal. Williams, another three. That's good. Williams, backdoor feed, Bogdanovich for the easy flush. Brooklyn back in front. Bottled up by Ontic. Here's Williams. 30 points tonight. Trapped for a moment. 2 to shoot. Williams, desperation 3. Somehow gets it to drop. And it has been that comes. Teague against Williams. Hawks are 2 of 7 from 3. Millsap to the rim. We are tied at 104. And that one looked awfully easy as the Nets will take a full timeout. Timeouts. Nets are out of fouls and bound to Teague. One-on-one with Williams. Trying to find Millsap. 1 second. Millsap inside. Will not get the shot. Millsap fakes the 3. Young bit. Carroll from deep. Got it.
Don't they make you pay? You come with that.
Outside Bogdanovich, still plenty of time to shoot. The rookie rushed it a bit. Lopez and a foul. And a chance to tie it at the free throw line with 2:07 left in overtime.
Times it's just
Since the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Williams inside Lopez. Out to Bogdanovich for the 3. And the Brooklyn Nets back in front.
big shot after big shot. Budenholzer looked at him. He wound up shooting a 3 that was no good. Missed by a lot.
5 to shoot. Young, contact, puts it down, and he's headed to the free throw line. He can make it a 2-possession game if he knocks in a free throw.
You see the extra pass, the rotation coming over late. Millsap fouls him, the ball goes in. One more time, baseline pass, get it up quick. We talked about how quickly he releases the basket.
5 seconds left in a 3-point game. Korver, deep 3. Carroll, another rebound. Korver changed his mind, still plenty of time, and Mike Budenholzer.
I'm sure he liked that the 3-point line. That's the key thing, because then they have to foul you because of the shot clock.
Kyle Korver in and out. Deron Williams the rebound and a loose ball foul. Williams ties his career playoff high, 35 points, 15 seconds. Teague lays it up and in. Boy, very little time coming off the clock. And now Atlanta has to foul the game. Here comes Teague up the floor. Nets don't want to foul. Teague kicks out Millsap. Open 3. No good. Rebound Johnson. And it is all over. On a cool spring night in Atlanta, it's the NBA playoffs on TNT. The Brooklyn Nets suddenly full of life after 2 straight wins. And the Atlanta Hawks, whose record-setting regular season now seems like a distant memory. It's Game 5 of this Eastern Conference first-round series. And we have it for you right here on TNT. Mike, what are we looking for early?
Early on, you're going to see the execution of Atlanta, trying to shake themselves free for easy shots. And there's Horford right close to the basket. After 4 or 5 passes, they find him down the low post here. Started out with back pick flares just now to try and free up Korver for an easy look.
Good sign for Korver. Hits his first look. Good start for Atlanta. They hit their first 2 shots. Early 4-point lead. Shot clock down to 4. This is DeMarre Carroll, who's had a huge series. Horford going glass. Atlanta has hit its first 3 shots. Their lead back to 4. This is Cheek. Shot clock down to 7. Walking a tightrope, and it is Horford able to stick it back. And then Horford comes up with the steal. Inside Carroll. Nets with some early miscues, suddenly down 6. This is Carroll inside going glass. Atlanta with 10 of its first dozen points coming in the paint. Lopez defending Teague out on an island. Pick out Korver for the 3. That's good. Johnson has his pocket picked by Carroll, who goes coast to coast for the easy layup. DeMarre Carroll continues to take it to the net. 7 points, couple of assists. Teague for 3, and Atlanta is scalding hot. 90 seconds left in the quarter, shot clock at 8. Millsap, long deuce from the corner is good. And Atlanta pushes its lead to 13 points. This is Carroll, that's a 3, got it! Teague has to fire up a 3. Shot clock winding down. He did get ironed. What a play by Teague to get it to the rim, and Millsap did the rest.
Brooklyn, a little different kind of coach than Lionel Hollins. Old school, hard-nosed guy, wanted to play defense and win games that way and share the ball offensively. So it took both of them a little bit of time before they accepted and trusted each other.
That last Atlanta foul on Horford, his second, and meantime DeMarre Carroll continues to fill it up. He's got a dozen for Mike Budenholzer. Teague on a deep 3. That's good. This is Korver coming around a pick. Carroll inside, banks it in.
Lopez has taken a couple really tough shots, awkward shots, because he can't get his feet set.
Lopez now 2 for 6. Teague, the little hesitation dribble.
Look at what Atlanta's defense has done. They've taken Deron Williams out of the game, 2 points. They've taken Lopez out of the game. He's got 10, but they really made him force a lot of shots. You see Horford hit that floater. And Joe Johnson with just 6 points. So they've taken their 3 big offensive players, really reduced their productivity.
Teague. Carroll on a 3. It's an 11-point Atlanta lead, 19 for Carroll. Let's turn it over. Teague. Horford. Easy 2-handed flush. Anderson, a little leaner, trying to bank it in. Rebound knocked into the hands of Teague. 9-point game. Atlanta watches Teague continue to break down Brooklyn's defense. Lionel Hollins has seen enough. Early Nets timeout. Korver on a 3. Buries it. It's an 11-point Atlanta lead. Carroll bottled up, poked away by Williams. Loose ball, Horford. Inside Millsap, powers up, denied by Lopez. Horford gets it back and banks it in. Here's Teague, showing no ill effects of that ankle sprain. Horford on a long 2. Korver from deep, buries it again. His 3rd 3-ball tonight. 11. So 11 for Korver, who led the NBA in the regular season in 3-point percentage, but who has shot only 33% from distance in this series. Teague left open. Ontage, corner 3. That's good. And suddenly it is raining 3s on the Nets. Teague's kick out deflected. Millsap loose ball. Ontage left open. Korver on a 3. That's good. Poked away, deep, 2. Short, nice recovery by Millsap. Atlanta gets a stop.
Poor possession that time for Atlanta. They never got into the play quick enough. There's some hands, there's a deflection, and here they come with an opportunity to come back at him. Instead, they turn it over. Lionel Hollins wants a foul call.
Al Horford off a broken play. First Atlanta bucket since the 5-10 mark.
How many times have we seen Jack come off the bench, start to light it up, and then he keeps it going for this Brooklyn team? He's done it the entire season. Remember, he took over the starting role after the All-Star break.
Paul Millsap. Jack had that memorable game 2 here in the loss, 23 points. Have been quiet since. Korver leading 3, that's good. Critical shot from Korver. Atlanta answers up 5.
Jack with the floater.
Jarrett Jack. 16 of his 18 in the second half. It's a 1-point game. Jack has scored 12 straight for the Nets.
This crowd can't believe that Brooklyn has gotten itself this close back in the game.
Teague with the answer. Jack against Millsap. Coughs it up. Teague the steal. Up ahead to Carroll. Inside layup. No. Offensive rebound, Horford. Atlanta will reset. Carroll wide open. 6-point Atlanta lead. Horford, top of the key. That's good. Every big shot that Atlanta has needed, they've hit down the stretch. Johnson inside, misses the reverse. Would have tied the game for Brooklyn, who has trailed all night.
Great move that time by Joe Johnson. He blew past Horford. When he reversed it at the rim, just a little bit too much on it.
Al Horford again. That's his spot. Horford's got 20. Here comes Teague, full head of steam, lays it up and in. 6-point Atlanta lead, timeout Nets. Darren Williams on the floor. This is a 3 from Jack. No good. A lot of time on the shot clock. Jack had the shot he wanted, couldn't hit. And now Atlanta in no hurry. A Hawks team that has not won a postseason series since 2011 can move one step closer. Teague on a runner. The Atlanta Hawks will head to Brooklyn up 3-2 and a chance to close out this series on Friday night in Game 6.
And the Nets will try and keep their season alive here on a home floor, where they won games 3 and 4. As the home team, 5-0 in this series. There is yet to be a road victory. Nice pass inside, Johnson to Young.
They have a team speed issue as Horford blows by Brook Lopez, and I think that's a good change to Horford mentality. Is not just to settle for that mid-range jump shot, but to attack the feet of Lopez. Good.
Teague to Millsap as the trailer. Count it and a foul. Nice look from Teague, and Millsap with a chance for a 3-point play.
Terrific rim to rim.
You know, there's a chance this could be any change at all in your coaching philosophy on a game like this?
Well, to me, you're on top of it. How that to affect it.
Millsap finds Carroll cutting to the basket, and DeMar Carroll able to put it in.
Allowing his Hawk team to start off on a high note.
Joe Johnson rattles out. Korver the rebound. Hawks have hit 6 of their first 9 from the field. Make it 7 of 10 as Millsap scoots inside, and Lionel Hollins wants a timeout. 6 straight points by Atlanta, and they've got a 7-point lead to start.
Give the Hawks credit. They are pushing the basketball and making.
Korver again, a good look. Kyle Korver has been wide open on his 3-pointers.
The coach touched on it. It starts on the defensive end for this Nets team. Give the Hawks credit. They're running their offense, but if you're Jarrett Jack, you can't help off of the body of Kyle Korver. Too great of a shooter.
49% from downtown in the regular season, which led the NBA. Johnson he was not a strong rebounder. He's done a very good job for the most part in this series. Williams to the basket.
And after all these years, man, come on.
Johnson to Lopez. Korver, by the way, 11 points here in the first quarter. Lopez spinning, puts it up, and it goes. How about Brook Lopez? Showing some agility. As slow as it is, it's effective, and he's got 10 points.
Well, Lionel Hollins was telling us before the game, this is where he feels comfortable, not locked into the low post, but it's...
Lopez can't handle it. Schroeder ahead of the pack. And Schroeder 6 points in 3 minutes off the bench. Nice crossover from Jack.
Young, count it, and one. He passed up an open shot. Looked like it was going to be a more difficult one, and it was, but able to convert and a chance for a three-point play. Second foul on Carroll.
Again, good playmaking ability by Jack, distributing the bat.
Anderson on the pull-up. Young keeps it alive. Back out. Bogdanovich nails a three. Jack kicks it out. Johnson open for three. Puts it in. And they've cut a 15-point lead to three.
And make plays.
Johnson with 4 assists to lead the Nets in that department. Bazemore kicks it out. Teague up top to Korver. Extra pass, Millsap. His three-pointer is good. Great ball movement from the Hawks, which is what we've seen all season long from them.
Like, that approach is contagious. That's Kyle Korver, a shooter, turning down a shot, making the extra pass. That's why this team is so good. And Brooklyn has a foul to give.
They count it, yes. Continuation. Lionel Hollins disagrees, but Millsap took a shot, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
With the foul to give, that's not what you want to do. And he's in there, Plumlee, for defensive.
Finds Johnson. Quick shot from Johnson. And Joe Johnson in double figures. 1.7 left. Schroeder. No, he traveled. Good defensive play.
By pushing it with pace.
Bad pass from Williams, stolen by T. Carroll ahead of the pack. And Damari Carroll, who again in limited time scored well.
I don't understand it. If I'm Lionel Hollins at the next timeout, I'm going to walk him down to the Atlanta huddle and introduce him to Kyle Korver.
Carroll shot and one. Darren Williams with 2 bad passes stolen by Teague, and both result in easy buckets for the Hawks as they open up the third with a 7-0 run. And Lionel Hollins feeling the need to call a timeout.
Yep.
Anderson. Finally, one gets to go for the Nets. Anderson knocks down the three. Third quarter here for Brooklyn. Fought hard to get back in the game in the first half. Trailed by just 6 at halftime as Lopez tips it in. Jack the crossover. Jack drives. Layup is good.
This is why I advocate. Why does there have to be 1 or 2 game suspension? Why can't it be?
Jack inside. Plumlee throws it down, and they cut it to 8. No, Atlanta just so thrilled to get into the second round. There's the veteran Elton Brand. Scala.
They had a good tough test in the first round, but will advance in 6 games against Brooklyn. And for the Brooklyn Nets, a disappointing ending to an up and down season as they lose at home on their home floor. The respect for the 2 coaches. You guys were the better team all along. You just heard Lionel Hollins say that. First road win of this series is the clincher. And now the Hawks will do a little celebration perhaps tonight on the flight home. And then they'll get ready for the Washington Wizards. Johnson, the former Hawk. Jeff T. Kyle Korver came out of the gates and had 20 points, including 6 of 10 from three-point range. Always a bitter feeling, especially when your season ends on your own.